That's only a little thing, but that was the kind of guys I had. And they didn't die. They killed themselves for each other. I mean that exactly. Just a little more selfish and they'd be here today. But I got an idea. Watching them all go down. Everything was being destroyed, you see, but it seemed to me that one new thing was made, a kind of responsibility, man for man. Do you understand me? To show that, to bring that onto this earth again, like some kind of a monument, and everyone would feel it there standing behind him, and it would make a difference to him. And then I came home, and it was incredible. Because nobody had changed at all. It seemed to make suckers out of a lot of guys. I felt wrong just to be alive. To open the bank book, to drive the new car, to see the new refrigerator. I mean, you can take those things out of a war, but when you drive that car, you've got to know that it came out of the love a man can have for a man. You've got to be better because of that. Otherwise, what you have is really loot. And there's blood on it. I didn't want any of that. And I guess that included you. Now what I mean is with me, it's never say die. Well, I remember once I was riding for the Pony Express between Laramie and Tombstone. And suddenly, just past the Pecos, 50 drunk Comanches attack. Oh, arrows falling like hailstones. Noise like a ballroom whoop-de-doo. I mean, they come on me so fast, they don't have time to see my face. Notice who I am. Realize, in fact, that I'm a very good friend of theirs. Well, there was no alternative, except to fire back. Well, I'd knocked down about 30 of their number, and I realized I was out of bullets. And just at that moment, an arrow whizzed right past my head. Thinking fast, thinking real fast, I reached out and I caught it. Using it like a fly swatter, knocked away the other 19 arrows that were heading for my heart. Whereupon, I stood in the stirrups and I hurled that arrow 60 yards. Killed the chief. Which depressed the remaining Indians and sent them scurrying home. Well, that's sort of what you might call a typical day. Thank you. Then I'm going straight to hell. Because everything here feels the same. Today feels like yesterday and the day before that. This factory, I can't stand it. Working here is like hitting my head against the wall. I try to make changes, try to modernize this place, but every time I try and do something, it's like facing a wall of concrete. Then there's Mildred. Ever since she left me, it just doesn't feel right. Something is missing. Have you ever seen the tail of a lizard after it's been cut off? Its tail twists and moves from side to side like a worm that's been removed from the soil. The thing moves on its own like a nerve that's still looking for the rest of the body that's been slashed away. That's how I feel sometimes. I turn from side to side on my bed at night. I wake up in the morning and I look for her in the kitchen. I think maybe she's there making coffee. I look for her in the garden. And then I come home. And there's this moron reading the same story every day to remind me of her. And I hate it. I hate him. It's like there's no end to it, and I just want to... To both these sisters have I sworn my love, each jealous of the other as the stung are of the adder. Which of them shall I take? Both? One? Or neither? Neither can be enjoyed if both remain alive. To take the widow exasperates, makes mad her sister Goneril, and hardly shall I carry out my side, her husband being alive. Now then, we'll use his countenance for the battle, which, being done, let her who would be rid of him devise his speedy taking off. And as for the mercy which he intends to Lear and Cordelia, the battle done and they within our power shall never see his pardon. For my state stands on me to defend, not to debate. So now you know why I'm going. It's for that reason, that and one other. I wonder if I ought to tell you. You'll promise not to be angry, no matter what it is? I love you. That's the other reason. Look, it can't matter now that I'm going so far away, and for so long, perhaps forever. I've loved you all these years, but that realization never came to me until I agreed to go away with Uncle Dick. And then I thought of leaving you, and the pain of that thought revealed to me in a flash that I loved you, had loved you, for as long as I could remember. You mustn't mind my telling you this, Ruth. I realize how impossible it all seems. For the revelation of my own love seemed to open my eyes to the love of others. I saw Andy's love for you, and I knew that you must love him.